Wait,
Where's my hair team?
sit back.
And makeup?
Wait,
crew?
no,
I'm like not good on camera.
Okay.
My name is Sabrina Zangrilli. I am a communication major with a concentration in advertising, and I studied abroad in Florence, Italy.
I'm Gina. I'm a biomedical science major, and I studied abroad in Florence.
My name is Danielle Durrells. I am a psychology major with minors in criminal justice and social work.
My name is Cameron Rosada. I'm an IT major. I studied abroad in Florence, Italy.
I chose to study abroad in Florence because it offered me many opportunities to travel around Europe, and it was convenient with my major and classes that I had to take.
I had taken Italian for 8 years and I wanted to kind of utilize it. I figured I wouldn't really get the chance to maybe become as fluent as was possible if I didn't actually go to Italy. I lived right next to the Duomo in Florence, and I lived with 7 other girls, so there were a total of 8 of us, and our apartment was beautiful, much better, much more amazing than I could have expected.
My favorite part about being abroad was making all new friends, being able to travel, and just experiencing a new culture.
Being able to walk around the city, meet new people, try new restaurants, and really you learn a lot about yourself when you're able to even explore on your own and with friends and making lifetime friendships.
I did not find it difficult to communicate with the Italians, basically because Florence, they knew a lot of English. I only ran into problems in France and maybe Barcelona.
Florence is in my opinion, is the most amazing city in the world, and I wish I had probably gotten to spend more time there as opposed to, I did travel every weekend, but I wish I had spent maybe another weekend or 2 in Florence and explored, because that was definitely my favorite part. Before I went, I wish I would have known more about the visa process, because it was definitely kind of difficult once it got to the end, and you have to miss a class to go to your appointment, and if you miss your appointment, you can't really reschedule. They're very difficult with it. So you just have to make sure that you're there on time.
I wish I knew to pack less, because I did bring too many clothes and I didn't bring strong enough shoes for the cobblestone streets and an umbrella, stuff like that. But other than that, there's only so much you can know before you go. But just once you get there, just be open to every opportunity and experience as much as you can. And that's how you'll learn.
Go to the basic places like Paris and Germany or something, but go to the little places outside the cities. Try something different.
For traveling, I basically used Bus to Alps when I was traveling to throughout other places in Europe. It's a really great travel company that caters to students.
Being in Florence, you're very centrally located to all of the different areas, so I was able to take the bus to Prague, to Germany, to Switzerland, French Riviera, stuff like that. And then when flying to Barcelona, we used Ryanair. And it is definitely the most economical and probably not the most ideal situation, but as a college student traveling, I think it's the best option.
One crazy experience that I think that everyone who went abroad should have was to visit and experience Oktoberfest. You have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get in line for this huge tent. And it's like the black market or a Black Friday at Walmart, where you get shuffled in. It's such a cultural experience and it's a lot of fun.
The most awesome experience I did outside of studying there was going to Croatia. That was a great experience for me. My mom was born there, so it was really nice to go there and see where she was from and experience her country.
Most memorable moment would be when I went to Switzerland, because I had never imagined ever traveling to that country, and it was just so breathtaking and seriously beautiful. So don't just limit yourself to what you think you want to see, but be open to exploring new possibilities, new countries, somewhere you've never thought to travel before.
Something that surprised me when I was in Florence was how accessible everything was in the city. I had expected it to be a large city as is New York City or something like that. I was comparing it to something like that, but Florence, everything was accessible by foot, and I could get anywhere I wanted to be probably within 15 minutes. Workload abroad was probably a little bit more heavy than I had expected it to be. but they were all very interesting classes, so I couldn't complain. The thing with classes in Florence is a lot of the classes, all of the work is written. So all of the tests are long answers, and same with the homework and whatnot, and it's a lot of reading.
I don't think I was afraid at any point more than I would in America, like walking through a city is a city. You definitely should be on your guard. I know pickpocketing is a lot more relevant. I do remember towards the end, I don't know, I woke up one morning, walked outside my door, and like the Italians were all protesting, and the police were just armed to the teeth. And, you know, you don't see that in America as usual. And that was a little scary, but you know, I just walked a couple streets over and I felt safe again.
Unfortunately, I was kind of nervous when I was abroad at some times. I was robbed. I had my phone stolen at one point. But you really just have to be aware of what you were. It was a lack of attention on my part, and I had been in a store and my bag had swept behind me and somebody was able to get my phone out of my bag. But I wasn't taking care of my possessions at that time.
To my future study abroaders, I would say definitely save up as much as possible and just do whatever you can while you're abroad. But definitely stick together and stay with friends, because your safety is most important, especially while being in another country.
Something that I did bring, but it wasn't recommended to me from Maris, it was recommended to me by a friend that went prior, was converters and a bunch of mosquito repellent.
Make sure you take advantage of every moment you're there, because although it's 4 months and it seems like such a long time when you get there, it does go a lot quicker than you expect it to.
I don't think I would do anything differently if I could go again.
The food in Florence was incomparable. You will never eat anything better than any meal that you have in Italy, and the wine is cheaper than the water, so drink up. You do want to document it, but don't show your kids.
My best Italian accent? Wait, I can say something in Italian? Rosata.
If I could describe my experience in one word, it would be remarkable.
Life-changing.
It has made me much more independent and responsible, and it has also just really broadened my horizons.
I learned things about different cultures that I would never be able to know just from studying books and reading about it online. And you learn more about yourself and what you're capable of and what you want to do with your life.
Unfortunately, I did not find any Italian lovers.
Don't go abroad with a boyfriend. You're better off single. Oops.
Perfect.